Hey guys, Chris from Hockey Tutorial here, and today we're going to be taking a look at what is arguably the two best low kick point sticks on the market right now as of when this video is being filmed. We've got the Trigger 7 Pro from CCM and the infamous Bauer Agent stick. We're going to be putting these two sticks in a head-to-head to see which one is the all-round, more consistent and better performing stick. Going to be handing them off to Tommy to see what he thinks of each of these because, of course, like always, he'll do a much better job of demoing their performance on the ice than I will. I'll stick to the tech and the geeky stuff. I'll let him stick to the practical work. But we're going to be giving you some feedback on how these two sticks perform. And of course, if you want all of the detailed information on what all of the tech phrases mean that both of these manufacturers incorporate in these sticks, you can essentially just reference any website that sells these sticks because they'll have the information provided from the manufacturer's catalogs. And I don't really think that that's important when you're trying to figure out which is the best stick. Tech fancy names aside, let's figure out which one of these sticks is going to allow you to score more goals and which one is going to be more consistent on the ice. And of course, guys, before we jump into the video, I want you to comment down below and let us know what other manufacturers' sticks you want us to feature on the channel, and also what other sticks you want us to VS against each other. So if you're curious and you're trying to figure out which one you want to spend your money on, comment down below and let us know what sticks you want us to feature next. Now, taking a very quick look at the technology incorporated in both of these sticks, starting off with the Agent stick from Bauer. Now, this is a low kick point stick, of course, just like the Trigger. They're both low kick point sticks, hence this VS video being pretty perfect. And they're both very new sticks. When we look at the tech packed into the Agent stick from Bauer, it has a lot of tech, but the one thing that you hear being mentioned constantly is going to be boron. A lot of the other features aren't really discussed at all. It's just this new thing, boron. What is it? Boron is a naturally occurring element that can be found in the earth, in oceans, in living organisms. It's actually essential to life on Earth. But this naturally occurring element, which is number 5 on the periodic table, hence the 5 being incorporated in the name Agent, this naturally occurring element can be extracted and essentially turned into lots of different forms, including boron fiber. Something you constantly hear in hockey is how the tech that's being featured in the equipment that we use is of aerospace grade. This is a phrase that we hear so much, and it's exactly the same thing with boron. It can be found on satellite dishes and jets. Now, what's the point of using such tech in hockey? The short explanation for that is when you take a shot with your hockey stick, the inside of the hockey stick, the shaft and the blade, are going to be flexing. Now, that is essentially what we want the stick to do. We want it to flex and store up energy, and when it unflexes, it releases the energy. But the back portion of the stick isn't necessarily going to be flexing. It's going to be compressing because the face of the stick is opening, but the back is being essentially compressed or squeezed together. This is where boron fibers come in handy because they have two distinct benefits that are going to help a hockey stick perform better, and that's stiffness and also compression strength. So that's essentially boron fibers' ability to be squeezed together and then unsqueezed without breaking. So having this placed strategically in the back portions of the stick means that the stick is going to have better optimal stiffness and better compression strength. So in other words, it's going to be able to perform at an optimal level for a longer duration of time. You're going to get a better pop or release on your sticks. You're going to be able to push a lot more energy and power into the stick while you're shooting, which is hopefully going to result in a all-round better stick. In addition to this, some of the other key technologies that they've included, including the boron fiber, are going to help to make this the lightest stick Bauer has ever manufactured at 335 grams. Now, some other cool things about the design of this stick, aside from the number 5 being present in the name Agent, is going to be the color of this stick. If you actually set fire to boron, you'd probably be wondering, why would you do that? Boron is actually used to ignite rocket fuel. It's also used in pyrotechnics because it has a green flare when it burns. That's why the Agent stick has this particular shade of green on it. So there's a lot of nice hidden gems in terms of the stick's artwork and its design, which is always appreciated. Now, from there, looking at the key technology packed into the Trigger 7 Pro from CCM, we're going to be seeing Sigma STP carbon, which is Sigma Tech's new carbon weave, which is going to improve on previous generations of sticks. Essentially, this is going to be providing better durability and strength, while also allowing for a lighter and better balanced stick. From there, we're also going to be seeing CCM's nanolite carbon layering, which is going to be working with that Sigma STP carbon for a lighter feeling stick and also a more durable stick. From there, we can't forget about CCM's unique stick geometry with the Trigger range of sticks. Of course, if you want to see a standalone review of the Trigger 7 Pro or the Agent stick from Bauer, those will be linked down below in the video description, where we kind of go into the details about the stick's performance and its specific features and technologies in a lot more detail. But from there, let's jump into the full VS video and see which one of these two sticks is the better performing stick.
So today, Trigger 7 Pro versus Bauer Agent. First off, Bauer Agent is a great stick for a quick release while on the move. It's a bit of hit and miss. If you catch the shot and it's going nicely, it's flying. Whereas if you don't, it's shocking. It's either here or here. There's no in between, which is what sort of made me and ah with this stick. This stick, I'm sure if you've seen the other video we did on the Trigger 7 Pro, I love this stick. It is amazing. It's an all-round stick, quick release, you can pick your corner, you can get power on it, stick handling, backhands, you name it, it's unreal. And the consistency of the Trigger 7 Pro is just next level. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about whether I'm going to catch it and it's going to go, or whether it's going to be absolutely like shocking. And for me, that sets these two apart, which is why if I had to buy either one of these, I'd be buying the Trigger 7 Pro.
What else stood out to you on the Agent versus the Trigger 7 and the Trigger 7 versus the Agent? What would you say their key features are aside from the shooting in stride?
I think that surprisingly, even to me, this Agent is way lighter than the Trigger 7 Pro. Way lighter. And I didn't actually think that was possible, if I'm being honest. The Agent's so different to any other stick that as soon as you get used to using this, it's then so hard to get used to using this. I mean, I know Chris probably won't put it in the video, and I hope he don't, because I looked absolutely shocking. I couldn't hit the net for a good 10-15 minutes going from this to this, because they're just so different that once you use this, you're going to want to stick with using it, because it is so different to any other stick I've ever used. I couldn't get used to using this stick, and I've used this stick for weeks now. I couldn't hit the net. So I think that's the main difference, is this feels so different compared to any other stick, that once you start using this and get used to using this, you're not going to be able to use anything else. In terms of, do I think the stick's good and whether Bauer done a good job? Yes and no. Personally, I don't think the stick's worth all the money and all the hype it's getting. It's not an outstanding, amazing stick that's gonna auto-aim your shot for you. You know, it's not that. Like I said, it's either shocking or really good. So I don't think it's worth the money or the hype that it's getting. I'd put the Sync over this.
Okay, we can talk about that in another video.
In past, like when I was a little bit younger and we first started doing videos, I was absolutely CCM crazy. Bauer, like Chris tried to give me a Bauer stick, weren't me, but I mean, you've seen in the past, I've actually used the Bauer stick for a little while. I used the Hyperlight, I used the Hyperlight skates. If Bauer do a good job, I'd give it to them and say they've done a good job. But this stick is not worth the hype and the money that it's getting, hands down. For me, I don't think this stick's getting enough hype. It's unreal. Unreal. I've never had a stick like it that's so on point with everything. One timer, quick release, stick handling, the consistency, it's just next level. I don't think this should be getting this hype, hands down.
As always, guys, a big thank you for watching this video. If there's any other VS videos that you want us to create, make sure that you let us know in the comment section down below. And of course, a big thank you to Hockey Gear Sweden for making this video possible. If you want to pick up any gear in terms of sticks, skates, protective, any of that good stuff, there'll be a link down below in the video description to Hockey Gear in Sweden where you can pick it up. Big thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, notifications turned on so you're notified when we post a new video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.